Good evening, my friends. I am drinking some water after a walk, and I just want to come on and say hi and check in with a lot of you guys. I know in the community, there's a lot of people kind of like rebooting a little bit, and it's not so much that we stopped trying, but I think for a lot of us in the Weight Watchers community, here, iTrack Bites community, whatever community you're in over here, we've had an interesting year. And since I put my blog up yesterday, was it yesterday? I've gotten a lot of messages from you guys. And so I just want to come check in. Hi, Charlotte. And talk a little bit about giving up and what that looks like. So I was just walking. Basically, I was in a conference all day and was really, really busy until dinner time and had dinner. And I was on the couch and I was getting ready to veg. And I remembered this commitment I made to myself to try to get my steps in this week. And so I got up and I went and took a walk, and I'm only at 6,300. But for sitting all day at my desk, I think that's pretty good. Excuse the mess. I have been in progress today. So I had an all-day conference. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning. And Oklahoma, I love Oklahoma. Hi, Kathy. Hi, True Treats. Hi, Kitty. So I want to talk a little bit about giving up. I was listening to my friend Lisa, who I've talked about her before. She has a channel here called From Dumpy to Diva. And she's probably like one of the most positive people I've ever encountered. I don't know her in real life, but we've had some emails back and forth and some chats back and forth over the last couple of years. And I just find her to be a very positive, uplifting person. She's also, like I said, the head coach over at iTrack Bites. And she has sort of an inflammatory process that happens when she eats certain foods. And so she can gain a lot of weight in a small amount of time. And she was talking on her vlog today about giving up and what that would look like for her in terms of not the short term, but the long term. And I think that I've had periods over the last few months where I have really contemplated just stopping altogether because I felt maybe really out of control or obsessive or tired or bored or overwhelmed, all of those emotions that happen. And we're like, I don't feel like messing with this anymore. And we want to go back into sort of that like denial that it's a problem. And when I say it, I'm talking about our health and our weight and all of that. So she was talking about how she's had this issue back and forth with her weight where it will go up quite significantly when she eats something and she has to work on it. And it's a lifelong process for her. And I was just thinking, she may have a more dramatic curve than some of us. Like I don't go up huge amounts. But I could really relate to what she said about if she gives up, she will easily gain 100 pounds, easily gain 200 pounds. For her, that's what is looming out there if she gives up. And, sometimes I forget to think about the price that I would pay if I threw in the towel, like completely threw in the towel. Like in the moment, it's like I could eat cake and I could go get that ice cream that I want, or go get that big hamburger that I want, or eat onion rings until the cows come home because I love onion rings. And in the moment, that would be really fun and enjoyable. But I don't know that I fully comprehend what that would look like long-term for me. And you guys know, I've talked about this before, I was 12 pounds from knowing that I was 300 pounds. I'm pretty sure I got to 300 pounds, but the last recorded weight that I have is 288. That was my highest weight ever. And I know how I felt at that weight. I had a lot of back pain. I had mobility issues. And I'm tall. I'm 5'9". I'm like a bigger person. But at 288, I was not in good shape at all. And I felt terrible, not to mention my self-esteem. And I think that that's probably for me, because I'm a very sensitive person, that's probably where I get hit hardest is in my self-esteem, because it's very strange to look at a picture in the mirror and not recognize yourself. And if you've had a weight problem for any amount of time and you've ever not been overweight, you know what I'm talking about. We, in our heads, know who this is inside. And it's so weird to gain weight and look in the mirror and not recognize yourself. And I'm sure those of you that have gotten to goal or lost a significant amount of weight, the converse is probably true, where you've looked in the mirror and gone, who's that creature? Like that's got to be strange too. I've had that happen as well when I got down to my lower, sizes and weights, where I was like, oh, that doesn't even look like me. Well, that's more of a positive, I would think, even though it's a head trap, than the other side of things, which is where you see a picture of yourself and you don't recognize yourself because you have put on weight. Or even just like watching the videos that I've been putting up lately. You guys, I haven't gained a significant amount of weight, but you can see kind of like the puffy, especially after vacation, the puffy and stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't remember looking like this before, or, that sort of thing. I don't have any makeup on today, by the way, because the makeup would camouflage the puffy, right? Hi, Danielle. Danielle says, I've been trying Conquer Cravings again myself, and I wonder why I ever left it. I've been enjoying your videos. Danielle, I feel the same way, and I've had to do kind of the last few months, a lot of kind of soul searching, like why didn't I ever completely go back? I've dabbled in it here and there. I've thought about it. I really feel like for me, it's been this desire to, number one, be connected to the community and what everyone's doing currently. Number two, I want like the latest and greatest thing, because I don't know. Here's the thing, guys. For every person that says the new programs work, I'm encountering someone that says that they don't like the new program and the old program worked, and vice versa. Okay, so I'm running into all kinds of people that did great on Momentum, Points Plus, Smart Points, all of those other plans, the exchange program. I have friends out there that have done the exchange program. So suffice it to say, I know exactly what you're saying, Danielle. And you kind of question, like, I know it worked. It worked great for me. So why have I been so hard-headed about going back to it? And I do want to mention that I really think a big part of that is marketing. And huge companies know how to get into our heads. These phrases like the best program yet, lose the most weight, yet, or whatever, the little catchphrases that they use sort of seduce you into this thought of, oh, why would I stick with the old plan when they have the best plan yet? I don't need all the materials I've already bought. I'll go buy, I'll go sign up for the newest thing. And that's with anything, guys. That's with anything. It's just like what I've been talking about, how they used to say everything was low fat, high fiber, and now everything is high protein, So it is what it is. I know a lot of people that did great on Momentum. I think it's a great plan. And really moderation is key, I think, with anything. But I guess I just wanted to talk about giving up and what that looks like for me specifically. And I was out there walking and I just was thinking about like how good I feel right now on plan and why I ever trade that for these other feelings. It's so strange that I choose this other life where I don't feel like I'm in control, and it's a strange chaotic feeling that maybe you guys identify with if you've been there before, where you know what to do and you're not doing it and you just feel like crap about it. And then when you are on plan and you are tracking and you are connecting with other people going through the same thing, and you are out getting your steps and you're drinking your water, you feel so good. Why do we trade that in? I don't know. So I've been watching Lisa. I've been watching The Skinny. I've been watching some people that have been talking about 2020 and this year, and kind of some of the things that have arisen, feelings and behaviors that have come out of the stress of this year. And one thing that I noticed is a lot of us are trying to get back on board with positivity and just being like, listen, here are the things to be thankful for. Monday morning, I woke up to a message that one of my dear friends who's young, in her 30s, found out last week that she has metastatic non-small cell lung cancer. And she's got 2 little kids, and I've been a nurse with her, and we've worked together, and we've been through a lot of things together at a bigger hospital I used to work at. I woke up Monday morning crying because this is like one of the first things that I read was a message about that. And it's that thing where we're all going to have those types of situations in our life, whether it's ourselves or someone else. That's part of life. So how do we flip that and remain positive and kind, loving towards each other, loving towards ourselves? I haven't really liked myself this year. Look, I'm just going to be honest. You guys know I'm going to be honest with you. Let's see. What's Kathy saying? I lost 60 on Smart Points. I gained almost 30 back. Harder to take off now, but I think it's me, not the plan. May have to check out Conquer Cravings for some new motivation. So Kathy, my friend from over on Facebook, you're not alone. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Is if you look around YouTube, you're going to find a lot of us that this year has not gone the way that we planned. And it has been difficult in different ways for different people. But I think it's important to acknowledge that it's been kind of funky for a lot of us. So what can we do now to sort of count the cost of what that looks like in the future if we continue on with some of the behaviors that don't serve us right now? Okay. I know a lot of times we make a list of like where we want to be and what that looks like. Like, I want to look good in a swimsuit. I want to be able to wear a size 10. I want to be able to go swimming and not feel self-conscious. Like, we make a lot of those lists. Do we ever make the flip list, the other list of what we don't want to be, of those things that we want to avoid? I don't have in my little spiral notebook, I don't have in here, I don't want to be a diabetic. I don't want to be hypertensive. I don't want to have a hip replacement. I don't want to have a knee replacement. I want to be around for my grandchildren. Those things aren't in here. I have all these other things. I want to jump out of an airplane. I want to climb a mountain. Okay, Amy, whatever. I want to look good in a bikini. Is there some value, is what I'm saying. And I'm not saying this to be negative, but is there some value to look at those things, that the things that we want to avoid, by taking care of ourselves now? I posted, I think over on Facebook, all of the different health problems that you can reduce by losing weight if they're caused by obesity in the first place. Like obesity-induced asthma, or obesity-induced, joint stress and joint replacements, and type 2 diabetes, which we don't call it that anymore, and hypertension, and some of the like lymphedema type stuff and PCOS. Those are all linked, So I've been thinking about making some cards like that, because in that moment when I'm faced with the second piece of cake, like I counted my points for the first one, but like the second one is like staring me down. And maybe at the moment, I don't care about the bikini, but maybe I do care about the diabetes. You know what I'm saying? So I was just thinking about that as I was walking and listening to Lisa talk about, every day counting the cost and realizing if I stop now, I could be 400 pounds. She can see herself there. And we need positive reinforcement, but sometimes looking at the consequences, we do that in the rest of our life. We realize if we make a bad decision here, there's going to be a consequence over here. So does that make sense? I don't know. Just sort of, that was going through my head while I was walking, and I just want to come talk to you guys because I like to talk to you guys. Hi, Shannon. Shannon says, I drove by a billboard today with an ad for women's health. It pictured a mom and her little girl looking up at her, both flexing their muscles. I burst into tears. Yeah. Wow. And that's a powerful image when we look at what's happening here in the United States. I'm going to speak because I do live in the United States. In the United States, 50% of Americans are obese, and we were just looking at some sort of newer studies that are coming out. We know that mental health has really been impacted by COVID, and now they're starting to look at the way the obesity rate has been impacted by COVID. And I will tell you, I have friends that work in the restaurant business, and one of the things that they really had to amp up was curbside, delivery and that sort of thing of like a lot of our chain restaurants and things, because there are many people that don't know how to cook and they rely on restaurants to provide their meals, which I was talking to, he's like a general manager over a huge chain here. And that's what he was saying. He said, we see the same people every day, and no one ever gave them the information. No one ever taught them to cook, and so they come through every day and they get the same thing over and over again. And then when we closed our doors, it was like, oh no, where am I going to get that meal every day? I thought that was a very interesting perspective and not something that we think about. I don't think about that. That was pretty eye-opening, but I am interested to see the studies on the rate of obesity, especially here in the US after 2020. How much have we climbed, especially in light of the fact that I have all of these people that I interact with online, and I'm getting constant messages from you guys that you've gone up, your weight has gone up. Heck, even the nurses that I was in this conference with today, we were talking during all the classes that we were taking, and we've all gained weight. Even my little skinny nurse friends, one of them said she's working on the COVID-19 pounds. I don't know if you've heard that joke. Sorry, my nose is itching. It's because I was outside and my allergies are starting to act up. But, I work with 7 other nurses, and we all have been we've been at home and we're not used to being home. And so our weight has crept up. And I think, judging from what you guys have said to me, there's been a lot of that out there as well. Now, I'm not speaking for everybody. Okay. I also know people that have done great during this year. So this is more just me kind of reflecting on my own situation and then what I've heard from a lot of my friends out there. So, hi, Ruth. How are you? Hi, Renee. Oh, Renee, I know. Renee says I've gained 15 pounds. Renee, you're not alone. So what we do is we acknowledge that and we say, okay, we can restart this right now. It starts with tracking. Just get your tracker out even if you go 50 points beyond your points tomorrow, track them. Okay. Let's have some awareness of what we're doing. That's the first step, is really an awareness of what we're eating, the kinds of foods we're eating, how much we're eating, when we're eating, how we feel when we're eating. Are we overstuffing ourselves? Are we not eating all day long and then we eat all the stuff at night? I know my mom, she kind of cycles through a pattern where she won't eat because, food is bad. She won't eat. And then by the time she does eat, she's like, I'll eat anything, and so are we in that pattern? There's all kinds of patterns out there. You guys know that we're all different people and we all handle this differently. So my thing is always moderation and portion control, and eating when I'm happy, eating when I'm sad, eating when I'm bored, eating when I'm stressed, especially in the evening. That's Amy's deal. You guys may not have the same issue. So knee replacement surgery, right? So Renee's saying she had knee replacement surgery. So yeah, you have less mobility. And I have lots of friends out there that we all were like, oh, it's lockdown. I'm not going to walk. I don't know. I had a few weeks there where I was like, I'm not leaving the house even to walk around the block, and then it was like, I had to kind of mentally address that. Like, wait, why am I not walking? And it was my favorite time of year to go walking besides fall. I love to walk in the fall and in the spring. And I was like, why am I not walking? What am I doing here? So, hi, Michelle. Hi, Chit Chat. Oh, my friend Anita is in here. So everyone say hi to her. Oh, Anita says it was hot. Right. Yeah, for sure. So anyway, that's kind of my little thought process tonight. And I wanted to check on you guys and see how you're doing. Yes, gaining weight is definitely a downer for sure. Yeah. But we can change that right now. If you don't have an app that you're tracking on, you can start writing down what you're eating on a piece of paper, Let's see. Rosemary. Hi, Rosemary, my friend. She says she's gained 10 pounds since COVID, even though you're following the program and you can't keep it off. And your doctor says that stress could be contributing, right? And I'm hearing a lot of that from the physicians and things that I work with. Cortisol plays a big part, all the hormones and stuff from stress. So, Anita says the first thing that happened to her when she started gaining was acute back pain. Yeah, and I noticed that too. And what was really, really strange, guys, and you guys reflect back to me what you think about this, but it didn't take very much weight for me to start kind of hurting. It was like 5 pounds and I started hurting and I was like, wait a minute. I think they say for every pound that you lose, and this is just your knees, it reduces your knee, the pressure on your knees by 6 pounds. I don't really understand how that works, but I thought that was very interesting. So yeah, it didn't take much. When I went up 5 pounds, I immediately felt terrible. And conversely, as soon as I start going down, I feel so much better. So, and I notice my clothes fitting better and all of that. Shannon says, when I see a picture of myself, I always say, am I really that fat? Yeah, I don't know what it is about the reality of mirrors and pictures, but they can be pretty brutal, you guys. They can be very eye-opening. So Michelle says we can walk for her because she's having surgery on Friday. Oh my goodness, Michelle, prayers for you. I hope you get well soon. That's rough. I feel like everyone's having surgery. My dad just had a knee replacement surgery and it's been, difficult. He's used to being pretty active and it had been slowing him down, but he's doing okay. He's doing better. Now, of course, they're like, let's do the other one. And he's like, oh my gosh. So when we talk about the future, I already know, but my mom's had bilateral knee replacement and now my dad's had one. So, it's like, it's probably going to be in the cards for me as well. So what can I do about it right now? And that's what I'm saying. Where'd my little thing go? Your little note cards from the Beck Diet Solution, which is a book that talks about cognitive behavioral therapy, behavioral modification. One of the things they talk about is filling out cards, little reminders of why you're doing what you're doing. And my very first one on here is decrease pain. My why is writing your why down and having them on little flip cards. I always have this with me in my office, and if I'm having like a especially tempting moment, I'll go grab these, but I'm not grabbing them as much as I should, guys. So, all right, I will see you guys later. I just want to check in. I had a great on-plan day. Again, I'm doing old Weight Watchers. I'm doing the Momentum program, which iTrackBites has on their app as Conquer Cravings. So if you guys want to check that out, you can. If not, they have other, other plans on that. And of course, you have the Weight Watchers app that has all the plans as well. So I think all the plans work as long as you track and work the plan will work. So I feel like it's really your choice. But go check those out. Points Plus over there is Carb Conscious. I think Better Balance is the blue plan, or what we used to call Freestyle. Weight Watchers has changed a lot, guys. They've changed a lot. Yeah, Michelle, get that book. You'll like it, especially when you're kind of down and recovering. It's always good to have a motivating book to read. I'll see you guys later. Stay strong. Dorian, you stay strong too. Dorian Miller just said, stay strong, everyone. I love that, Dorian. Thank you for reminding us to stay strong. And be kind. All right. Bye, Kathy. I'll see you over on Facebook, my friend. And Ruth, too. I've got a lot of my friends over here that come hang out with me over on Facebook. I haven't been over there today. I've just been slammed. I'll see if there's anybody else I didn't say hi to. I said hi to True Treats. I don't know if she's still in here. Oh, hey, Jill. How are you? Jill's and Susan. See? And Karen. And Ruth. I got to see a lot of people. It's good to see you guys. Love you all. Stay in orbit. I'll see you later. Bye.